So if you've watched the video about why I love The Hobbit so much, you know something about what the story means to me. But you may still be wondering, well, lots of people love The Hobbit. Not everyone puts on orc makeup and creates a website on the incredibly slim chance that Sir Peter Jackson might have a spare moment to visit the site, and while we're talking about miracles, that he'll then contact me to begin casting negotiations. Whew. Well, I believe in the unlikely and the impossible. I created these videos and this website basically as a way of saying I'd love to play even the smallest role in these movies. I've never done anything like this before because, quite frankly, I'm not this passionate about any other fiction. And whether or not Peter Jackson ever visits this site, I also wanted a way to express my love for The Hobbit and my gratitude that this book is finally being translated into not one but 2 movies. I love to participate in the film version of The Hobbit not only because I love the story, but because the way Peter Jackson and his team brought The Lord of the Rings to life was simply brilliant. That story told in that way has such immense power. My wife and I watch it every year without fail. And it has the same freshness, the same impact that it had the very first time we watched it. And we watched the extended versions. So we're talking about a time commitment of almost 12 hours. And when it's done, we want more. Just to give you a small example of how many people these movies have touched, the last 2 years we attended the Lord of the Rings Symphony in New York. They played these 2 movies on a huge screen without the soundtrack, and an orchestra played the soundtrack live. It's awesome. Now, in any other movie you attend, I mean, who's on their smartphone? Who's having a conversation? Not these movies. Now, everybody was like, in a good way. They were captivated 8, 9, 10 years later. You know, when the main characters came on the screen for the first time, everybody cheered like they were being reunited with old friends. And that's really the way it feels. That's the power of Peter Jackson's vision for Tolkien's lore. And I would just love to be a part of that now that he's working on a film version of what are essentially the prequels to The Lord of the Rings. So, Sir Peter, if you're watching, I can do a lot more than act like an orc. Let's see, I've been a janitor, and I will clean toilets if that's what it takes. I've worked in a kennel. Small dogs are the meanest. I've worked in a funeral home. I hope I don't need those skills on the set. I've been a waiter. I asked for an end cut. I've been a security guard. Hey, get away from the I've been a radio producer and a DJ. I've done a lot of stage work, stand-up comedy, and a little TV. But when you distill all that down, I love to work hard. I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. I love to inspire and amuse the people I work with. And I come with a passion for The Hobbit and for the process of translating that story to the big screen.